Good morning, all. It's Saturday morning. It's time for a look at the average. So we got 9 crosses on here. Plenty. There's usually 8 judges, isn't there? So 9 crosses is a good representation, I think, of where we think it could be. Nice little cluster there, I think. My first one I did last Tuesday, well, the only one I've done so far. If I make that flash there, it's the bottom one. I'm always on the edge. yeah, literally always on the edge. But yeah, in the bottom one then, I did say on Tuesday, I think I should go a little bit higher because for that to be, for my bottom one there to be the winning average or the average, then some of the judges would have to go a lot lower, and I just don't think they would, because I don't think they'd go too close to his head. Because looking at his expression, the ball isn't particularly close to his face. He's not sort of squinting or about to take an impact or anything, so it looks as though it's a fair bit up from his face. I don't think it's as far right as our far right on there. When I try and line up with his eyes, I just not seen it that far right, but some of the judges will go there. So I think this is a good representation of what the judges will do. This guy on the right is the issue, because we can't see his eyes. We can go by the angle of his head, but then that doesn't put him much higher than the player on the left's head. So that's guesswork, that is. But we've all clustered around the same sort of area, so I'm going to go higher. So let's stop waffling by there and get the let's have a look at the average, which is 210013. Well, it's 1313.666666. So if it's higher than 5, you should round it up. So it's 21001314. Stick that coordinate in your picture and see how it looks to you as our average. It is higher than where I've gone. I'm thinking of going probably near that height, and I think, looking at the angle of this player in red's head and his eyes, I think the judges are more likely to go further to the left. So I'm going to go probably to the left of that average, somewhere near the average, but further to the left, I think. I'm going to go somewhere around there, probably not far off where one of you guys have put a cross. So let's have a look at the target and see how that looks. Oh, I haven't drawn any lines. All right, let's draw some lines, because we can see the width of that there. See, that's quite a narrow band going up from him, but it's about, I think it's about where we looked at it Tuesday and said it's going to be quite a narrow band going up there. It was this guy was the issue. We can't see his eyes. So if I draw some lines up here from Kim Jong-un, our North Korean leader there, that's still a narrow band from him. For the crosses of we put in, for the purpose of our average today, that's still quite a narrow band there. And I think some of them will go lower and some of the judges will go higher, because we know there's going to be some bonkers stray ones, but I think we have to rely on the fact that our esteemed head judge will take out the silly ones. There will be silly ones. There'll be one up here somewhere. There'll probably be one over here somewhere. But we have to rely on Matt or Kieran, if Matt's off, to take out the nonsensical ones and show that judge a yellow card or a red card. Send them off. I think we come up with this before, that when they come up with stupid crosses that make no sense, they should have a red card and not be able to do any judging for a couple of weeks without pay. Yeah, so let's get a target up there. How does that look? See, now to me, that zone one is, in fact, yeah, nearly all those crosses there are around the zone 2 area, aren't they? Some are just outside into the zone 3, but the zone 2 area of that target covers most of our crosses. Right area there, so I think the player in red is looking up, zone 1 or zone 2, so I think we're okay there. But like I said, it all depends on the height from Kim Jong here and how they'll see the height. So tricky one there, but going by our crosses and what you submitted, I think the average is in a pretty good spot there. Yeah, so let's go for that. Let's go for that this week, guys. I'll put the, well, I would have done it by now, put the coordinate up on the screen. Revcomps. One on the camper and just one on this Range Rover Velour, because I keep having this imagination of me driving a Range Rover, but I'd never buy one because they're expensive. They're expensive to run. They're not the most reliable. But I think if I won one and a bit of cash with it, then I would keep it. I'd keep this for a year. This Velour is the 3-litre V6 diesel. I think it's a twin turbo as well. But it's £5 cash, so I think I'd just get it taxed and insured and I'd run it for a year and then think. But then if you've driven a Range Rover, could you drive anything else? You know, with that much luxury and sitting up higher and plenty of oomph. I do like these old Land Rover Defenders. But I haven't played for that, or this RS6 Performance, or the Honda Civic Type R. As I commented in one of the comments, it's a bit of a weekend tomfoolery car. I did notice this later too, on this Raptor. This comes with £8.5 cash. So I thought, well, I'll go on that, have one of them. I'll have one on there. And then they added more then for next Thursday. I don't know if you watched the draw, but they explained this this McLaren. They got 3 McLarens. So if you buy one ticket, they're gonna do the draw 3 times, so that 3 people will win a McLaren. So your one ticket could be drawn 3 times. So you've got 3 chances of win for each ticket. The most expensive McLaren was a cash alternative of something like 120. Then the second prize was a McLaren or 90,000, and I think the third one was a McLaren and something like 65,000. So yeah, I'd have a ticket on there. I probably should have had more tickets on there, but they were £9 a ticket, and I thought, yeah, don't go mad because you want to play for some others as well. I do have one of these Golf R Performance because I do like the Golf R. The fact that it's like 300 brake horsepower and 4-wheel drive. I do like a Golf R, so I had to get one on there. And the Cougar ST line editions. I do like the Fords, the ST line Fords. So I grabbed one on there as well. Now then, the auto draws. I didn't win the Puma ST line, which was yesterday, which I was disappointed at. I thought I was going to win that. I did last minute, because this ends today, go for this Corsa VXR. Because it's got a quick car and small. I thought, yeah, that'd be a bit of fun for a couple of months. Let's do it. I hadn't bought one for this Jag all along, but it's only this morning I noticed. Now, I don't know how long it's been there. It might have been like this since they actually put it on the site. But there's a cash alternative of 25,000. And I never noticed that before until this morning. So I may have to get one on there. I did have one on the Golf R-Line edition. That's a diesel, 150 brake horse diesel. One on the Range Rover Evoque. I do like the Evoque, even though it's 10 years old. Didn't go for this van. Handy little van if you want to do deliveries for Just Eat or parcels for Amazon or something like that. That's a 1.3 diesel. So it probably does millions of the gallon. Be an ideal car for a side hustle job. I didn't go for this Renault Clio, even though I like the look of it. I think when I looked up the brake horsepower and stuff, it was something like 70. It was a bit of a slug. It was 0 to 60 in a couple of days. I like these though, these 125s, because they're really sporty these days. I done my CBT years ago. I used to have bikes years ago when you could ride up to a 250 on your car license with an L plate. Then they dropped it to 125. Then they said you had to have a CBT. But mine expired years ago, so I wondered if I should have another go, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. I don't usually bother with the other ones, the auto draws, because they do all sorts of other things in the auto draws. You know, there's a watch there, and this is what I never noticed either. is that these watches have cash alternatives, £18,000 cash alternative. So, and yet I ignore all those. I always go for the cars with the cash alternative. But they do all sorts of weird stuff. A welding bundle. I would have thought that's a limited audience, so you'd have to have. You couldn't sell many tickets to that, because how many people are going to be interested in a welding set? Gardening bundle, yeah, I should imagine that's quite popular. People who've got gardens, they'll sell quite well. But there's all sorts of other stuff. What we got up here? A villa. You can win a fish or a boat, or you can win an Italian town. That would be nice. Not sure what I'd do with it though. I'd probably kick everybody out. I'm making that up, of course, guys. That's not the actual prizes. Welcome to Las Vegas experience for 2 people and £500. £500 going to last you 20 minutes in Las Vegas, and I would have slammed that all in the bandits within about a quarter of an hour of being there. I'd be skinned. I couldn't go to Las Vegas. I'd love to go to Las Vegas, but I'd be skinned within minutes. What else? Oh, Autotrader. New month, new giveaway car, the Renault Zoe, worth 26.5 grand. I notice on here it says a pre-registered Renault Zoe, and then further down, then see if it says there pre-registered, and then further down, win a new Renault Zoe GT. So I would assume then that's a demonstrator. So the dealership has already registered it, so that they can take people out and demonstrate it and say, come and look at this, come and look at this lovely electric Zoe that you might want to buy, and then you just order them a new one. But in this case, it's pre-registered, so if you win, it's just a case of, well, it's ready for you, just go and get it. And that's up to £1,300 towards your insurance as well, and a home electric charger. We do this every month, guys. All you got to do is stick your name and your email address in there, click submit, and you're in the draw. And I did look to see if there was an electric bike, because often they do an electric bike giveaway as well. But when I looked for it yesterday, which would have been August the 2nd, so there should have been a new one. The only one that came up was one for July, so it doesn't look like they're doing it this month. It's just electric car. So there we are. That's BOTB, Revcomps, and the free draw on Autotrader. So enjoy your weekend then, guys, and good luck for Tuesday. Let's hope Christian turns up now on Tuesday for one of us. We're well overdue. All the best, everyone.